what's up, guys? I finally have one day off and I don't need to work today. So this morning I literally did nothing. I stayed at home and cooked for myself, and then right now it's already afternoon, and I guess after finish my lunch I would go outside. Yeah, I will go to the park, maybe ride a bike. Yeah, this is my go-to activity. And actually, I've been living in this very simple pattern, simple style of life for the last 2 years already, and I really really enjoyed it. Yeah, I feel like my pace is getting slower and slower, and when your life is getting slower and slower, your mind is getting more and more peaceful, and then the real meaning of life is finally surfacing. Yeah, I think only when you start how to say that, only when you don't look outside, when you finally are not how to say that, when you are not so anxiously looking for validation from the outside world or being kidnapped. Yeah. Sorry for this heavy word, but I think it's really it's given a similar vibe to me. I feel like sometimes I was kidnapped by life, by my work, by people, because I always do things that I don't want to do. And the purpose for doing that is only for very practical reasons. For example, I want to make money, I have to survive, I have to do all the duties for my families. But literally, they're not what I want to do. Yeah, but finally, I'm so happy, thank God. I'm standing at here at this point. I feel like I finally crossed the most, how to say that, the lowest point. I think I just jumped over that part, and then finally I reached a platform, where I could do the things that I enjoy doing, including this podcast, because I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. Trust me. I had the first version of my podcast, the first episode of it, I recorded in 2022 or 2023. I just don't remember it. But I did it. I tried to do my podcast a few years ago. I recorded, I even add music, everything, to it. And the other day, I just replayed it, and I was like, wow, I really got the passion back then. Yeah, but I'm still very happy that I finally made it. I finally did it, and I uploaded onto my YouTube channel, and I finally created my channel. I'm so happy for what I did, what I accomplished, Yeah, because a lot of people, they only say, then literally do that. So I finally, take one giant step forward. But before I did all those tiny things, I took so many small steps before, only because of those smaller efforts that I put into, and finally I get here. Yeah, I can never imagine myself standing here doing whatever I'm doing, enjoying my life, without all those little efforts, all those small tiny steps I took every single time. But back then, I was struggling a lot. Every small step felt like something that I had to. Yeah, and I just feel really frustrated and confused or even hopeless when I was taking that small step. I didn't know where it headed towards, but I knew that it was the only thing I could do. For example, I quit my job. I moved to a new city, and during that process, a lot of things happened. Life was like that. Like every single time, it felt like I was totally screwed up. I could never ever blah blah blah. And then, thank God, always, always there is hope. There. And then you finally realize, okay, all the struggles, all the difficulties are with it. It's there only because it's there because it's guiding me towards the place where I am today. Yeah, it's just all the process, you have to go through. And then finally it can, push you, or it can guide you, or lead you towards the right place, the right destination. I totally believe in this. And for those people who struggle a lot at this moment, I totally get it. I understand. I was there before, and I am still, I'm struggling. Yeah. I don't mean that I'm not struggling anymore because I finally reach a better place. I'm still struggling. I'm still confused about my future, but life is like this, right? You can never ever know what's going to happen next until you get to the final stop. So yeah, but I just hope when I get to the final stop that day, when I look back, I would feel okay. I'm so blessed to have the chances to make choices for myself, and for each of the choice, I just make myself closer to who I really want to be. Yeah, that is my goal. And I think for this life, I'm just become clear about what I'm looking for. It's not a perfect job, a perfect house, or a perfect partner. It's just the living as who I am and become who I am, and how to say that, use all my talent, to create what I could create and what I was supposed to create, and I just want to use all the abilities, skills, talents that I got from God, from the universe, from my spirit, to create whatever I want, in my life. So, and I also had a realization recently, that is, you will never get what you desire. You will never get it. You can only get what you need. Yeah, you will only get what you need. Yeah, this is what I have, what I feel so resonated to, recently, because think about it, right? Every single time when you want something, you really you want it so badly, but you never get it. Never ever. But you will always get what you need the most, because universe will never ever make you really get screwed up. You will always survive. You will always, how to say it? You will always be all right. Yeah, trust me. But you just get what you need to make you survive all those things, right? So it's a game. It's a hunger game. It's a survival game. So I still feel lucky. I feel grateful for all the things I get from the outside world, from myself, from my friends, from people, from my family, from all the past experiences. I get what I need the most, and I could use those kind of things I obtained to create the life I want. And just one step closer and one step closer. Yeah, so I feel happy about that, even though I'm still not who I think that is the best version of of myself. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but that's the point, right? Isn't it? That's the point of making more efforts and striving, and trying to do better, right? Yeah. So in the past, I always had this blueprint in my mind, in my brain, that says, okay, my life should go this way. I should be like this kind of person. But life never followed my expectation, never followed this map in my brain. It just, went totally different direction, and I have to catch it up with it. It feels like, oh, I say A, but the universe say, no, you want B. You have to go to the B. And that was like, oh, okay. I feel so bad. I feel frustrated. I feel so depressed at a moment, at the time. And then I was like, okay, I accepted it. Okay. So yeah, universe is bigger than me. So, okay, I will follow what you said. And then I'll just go to B. And then after I reached the B, I feel like, wow, it feels much better than A, maybe. Yeah, I feel good right now. And I feel like I could even get more than what I can get from A. So I don't know now. Yeah. I think this is the perception I stick to more than ever before. That is, you will never get what you desire. You will always get what you need. So everybody, think back. Okay, let's look back, and if that really align with what you experienced in the past. Yeah. So everyone, life can be bad. Sometimes I just say, I hate my life. I hate my life so much because it didn't listen to my opinion. It always go to a different direction, and I just hate it. But later, I just followed it, and then I realized, oh, this is so much better, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I still say maybe because I haven't experienced the original path, right? So I can only say maybe. But the most important thing here is that I feel all right. Yeah, I still survived. I'm still becoming better. Yeah, I feel all right. So this is the most important thing. So everybody, when a life, says no to you, okay, don't fight with it. Just follow its guidance, and let's see what's coming up next. Maybe it's better than you thought. Okay, so that's all for today. Bye for now. See you next time.